Nothing beats procrastination. What's a better day to play an event in a game than the very day when the event ends, right? Okay. Here we go. As you can see, just one day until the end, so I have to play it today. I don't really have much choice, do I? Well, technically I don't have to play it. I can just not, but I like, I guess, archiving those events so that in the future maybe someone can take a look at them or something. I don't know. I just started streaming the Blue Archive and Alchemy Stars events, and I'm just gonna keep going with that. How about we just start with dailies? I wanted to say, how about we start with dailies before everybody here gathers, but I don't expect particularly many people on this stream. It's a guerrilla stream, as you can probably tell, or not, if you're watching the VOD. I haven't announced it anywhere in advance, unless you count 5 minutes and an advance. Enough of an advance, I guess. I don't. I realize that. Okay. That's gonna be a level up of this area. In just a few lessons. There we go. Okay, any threes around here? Millennium Study Center. There we go, that's a 3 at the power plant. And how about Gehenna? Any trios at Gehenna? No. Any trios at Residence Hall? Nope. And any trios at Shale? Yes, okay. 2 trios, so that's gonna be the classes done. I can't believe I'm gonna be a real-life sensei soon. If you're not in my Discord, then you probably don't know. But I got a job as a teacher, so it's gonna be cool. Maybe a little bit less time for streaming and making videos and whatnot. Not like I stream very often, but for making videos. But hey, it's money, right? I'm gonna be able to buy myself a new camera and stuff like that. I'm just gonna grab this. I'm not gonna put you through the experience of just going through PvP on auto. Bounties, real quick. I should write a macro that just collects all the bounties. Maybe when I manage to finally complete all of them until the eye level. Because it wouldn't make much sense to just have to completely redo the macro every time I unlock a new area, would it? Okay. Let's go through a single commission just to get the daily done. And now it is finally time for the event. Hot Springs Resort. Let's start with the prologue, I guess. A day in the life of Spec Ops No 227. Banger music, as usual, in Blue Archive. Why won't it come out? I'm so darn close. Nodoka, I brought you some hot cocoa. Oh, Shigure! I was just thinking about a hot drink to warm up my frozen hands and feet, thanks! I thought my hands were gonna freeze off. The sweet, sweet warmth of cocoa spreading through my body. It reminds me of our blissful lives at the main institute. Remember when we could have hot cocoa whenever we wanted? When will we be able to return to the main building? You worry too much. President Chorino lifted our suspension at the last festival, remember? I do. Just be patient. She'll come get us eventually. No, I won't be. It's been months, I say, months. Damn. Chorino just left them out in the wilderness to their elements. I guess it makes sense since their school is modeled after like Soviet Russia. So a complete disregard for the well-being of your students, for the well-being of your citizens. I guess it's par for the course. Also, I just noticed this does not look like a container for hot cocoa. This is not hot cocoa. I bet that arrogant shorty doesn't even remember we exist. I bet she's sitting potting in a lap of luxury right now with unlimited hot cocoa. I was obviously too nice to her the last time she was here. Next time I'm really gonna get her. I'm going to resist the urge to point out you're the one who lost last time. What are you doing out here besides freezing to death? I'm glad you asked. I was just pulling out these rotten pillars. We're running out of wood for campfires and the snow's piling up. So I figured I could kill two birds with one stone. Clean up a little and get us some firewood. You want help? Yes, we'll combine our strengths to pull out the pillar. Heave a ho. Okay, pull with me on 3. 1, 2, 3! Okay, the weasel girl has a grenade launcher. I forgot her name already. Boom. What in the heck was that? A bomb? Oh my god, no, it's a giant mole. Shigure, hold me, we're done for. Oh, Shigure. Okay, her name's Shigure. I'll hold you if you want, but there are no giant moles in these areas. If it wasn't a mole, then it was a bomb. We're under attack. Use your eyes, please. It's water. It's a hot spring. What is this? Mother Nature is attacking us. Sure, of course. Grab your swords and go attack Poseidon. Go spear the ocean. Why don't you? I think we just hit a water vein. It's so big. What if all the water freezes and this area turns into a giant ice skating ring? Shigure, we can't let that happen. We'll live here. We have to stop the current immediately. What can we possibly block it with? I don't even have enough wood to make a fire. All I wanted was to enjoy the smallest inkling of happiness around a warm campfire. And for that small desire, I'll be punished. We'll freeze to death inside this ice skating ring, forgotten and abandoned. Chin up, Nodoka. Things are never as bad as they seem. Do you not see the gigantic upside-down waterfall bursting out of the ground? Tell me how this isn't bad. Look a little closer. It's not just normal groundwater. What do you mean? Huh? Wait, the water's kinda warm and it smells like sulfur. A hot spring? I told you it wasn't all bad. Imagine the possibilities. I can be lazy and not have to heat up water to bathe anymore. You're right, but a stupid hot springs isn't going to help us our sorry situation. A hot springs? Stupid? Who's there? She would have bears attacking. Oh, it's her again. We've seen her during the summer event. Yeah, during the summer event. Megu from the hot springs department. Oh, are there bears? Oh, are there bears in the Red Winter Academy? Fascinating. I wanna see, show me. Who are you? Silly me, wanting to see bears before even introducing myself. Where a hot spring can be found, so can we. And here we are on a bright shiny day, perfect for development. We are the Gehenna Academy's hot spring department. I love her design. I really hope she becomes playable one day. The Gehenna Academy? What are Gehenna students doing here? We might be suspended, but that won't stop us from protecting the Red Winter Academy from intruders. How adorable. If you worry too much, that cute little forehead of yours might get wrinkles. We're only here to investigate the information of a new hot spring, hehe. I mean, she isn't wrong. But how in the heck did you find out about it so fast? Haha, how seriously awesome! As expected, President Kasumi is always right. Ah, that sweet comforting smell of sulfur. I feel right at home. You don't mind if I check out the spring, do you? I guess not. Just a little peek, though. Let's see. This hot spring? Honestly, I don't know. It looks pretty cool to me, though. Why'd you pretend you were such an expert? Don't worry my little brain about the boring stuff like quality or contents. My gauge of a good hot spring is if it makes you want to take your clothes off and jump in. What? The president approved the construction permit? Great, then let the hot springs development begin. Just like that, heavy machinery. Those are rather large machines. Excuse me, is that a giant drill? Wait a second. I only said you could take a peek. What's happening here? Do you need to clean out your ears? I already told you. Hot springs development is what's happening. And unwelcome school in the background. The perfect soundtrack for any kind of tomfoolery that's going on. But this is the former institute managed by the Spec Ops No. 227. Like I said, I won't allow other schools to just trample on Red Winter Academy property. It's not like there's really anything happening here, though. Oh, do you cuties already have development plans in progress? Well, I won't say that exactly. But then I don't really see the problem here. Well, anyway, we're gonna get started. She's worse than a bear. Okay, friends, let's burn the forest and demolish all the old buildings. In the name of development. Let's destroy the nature, let's destroy the historical buildings, let's build some new shit. I really do enjoy her, and I have a feeling I would enjoy most of the characters of the Hot Springs department, should they eventually become playable, which I believe they will. You don't waste a design like that on an NPC. I wonder what happens when you burn down snowy branches. How exciting! What are they doing to our home, Shigure? Thinking about it logically, the ruins were scheduled to be demolished anyway. Might as well get something out of it. Come, sit next to me and watch. I have hot cocoa too. Okay, but I'm still a little worried. And there it is. That was fast. What is happening? As you can see, it's a new hot springs resort that we build. Hehe, isn't it just grand? This is a whole operation! A huge hot spring facility with a ryokan too? I didn't think you were gonna make such a gigantic resort. Oh, you know how it goes. A new hot springs burst here, one bursts there, you increase budget, the scale goes up, and voila! Isn't it awe-inspiring? As I always say, the bigger the better. But something this... Oh, of course, since this is on Red Winter Academy grounds, it's yours to do with as you wish. Hug it and treat yourself, invite some rich guests, or throw a party for the other students. The only limit is your imagination. So they don't even want to use the hot springs. They have absolutely no interest in running them, managing them, or whatever. They just want to build them. And they don't care what's happening after that. They just build a hot spring and their job is done here. You gotta appreciate that kind of mindset. Will you listen to me? What? According to the president, there are other hot springs areas nearby? Then there's no time to rest. More hot springs, more development. We'll be developing a new hot spring nearby, so if there's a problem with the facility, call me anytime. And off they go. To burn more forest and ruin more land. They're like a storm that comes and goes. A storm that turned our home into a hot springs resort. I get that it's a nice new facility, but how in the heck are we supposed to manage something this big? Well, it'd be a shame to let it go to waste though, right? Intro. Warmth in a snowy landscape. Okay. How many stories there are? Only 7. Not much. Enemies, light armor. Level 14 recommendation. Okay. Unauthorized hot springs. I love Cherino's Cherino's portrait. It never fails to amaze me. And she has no moustache. Castella, strawberry milk, banana. Isn't that what Arona was reciting in the opening sequence? I think that's exactly Castella strawberry milk banana. I'm gonna screenshot it. No, I think Arona was saying like Castella did appear, but I think she was talking about banana milk and strawberry something. Oh. Hehe, they're all mine. Oh, okay, of course, poke her cheek. The only correct action. Huh? What commoner dares disturb my work-sanctioned nap? Oh, comrade, it's been a while? Also, I just noticed that Cherino has a Randozeru. She really has the full grade schooler vibe to her, doesn't she? Oh, comrade, it's been a while. Of course you would be the only one audacious enough to interrupt my precious nap time. On the authority of my moustache, I will... Huh? My moustache? Tomoe, bring the spare moustache, quickly! There she is. You saw nothing, right, Tomoe? So what, great leader? So nothing! Anyway, daring to encroach upon the Secretariat during nap time. Comrade, have you no sense of dignity or respect? President nap time ended approximately 1 hour ago. Well, what a shock! Ahem, Of course, I was not deliberately sleeping extra, and even if I was, it's the fault of those dastardly earthquakes. Earthquakes? Lately, Red Winter Academy has been plagued by inexplicable earthquakes. Just last night, I was rudely shaken awake just as I was drifting to sleep. And I couldn't sleep a single wink after that, afraid of the very building I slept in collapsing around me. That's terrible. It truly is. I'm glad we see eye to eye on this, comrade. What brings you to the Red Winter Academy? I wanted to take a dip in the hot springs. Hot springs? At the Red Winter Academy? Hahaha, comrade, you are skilled at making me laugh. We are an academy of snow and ice, not steam and hot water. Did you confuse us with Gehenna Academy? Did you hear comrade's silly joke, Tomoe? A hot springs resort recently opened at Red Winter Academy, Great Leader. Here? In my school? I demand you tell me its location immediately. Of course, Great Leader. The former institute where you banished the Spec Ops students to. Apparently a hot springs stream suddenly sprung up and they established a resort there. Are you trying to tell me that I, the president of the Red Winter Academy, was not informed of this? Does it call for another uprising at Red Winter, I wonder? Probably. They sure do love their uprisings and their revolutions, don't they? With all due respect, Great Leader, you fell asleep during my report at last week's meeting. Ah, Tomoe, it was obviously your responsibility to re-report it once I woke up. I will never accept this insubordination. Development? Without my approval? Another former institute of all places. What about my orders to reflect on their actions? I never told them to enjoy hot springs. This is the very opposite of punishment. They will truly face the wrath of the mustache. Tomoe, report. What is the status of my personal tank, the Purginator No. 1? The Purginator No. 1. It's time to purge. Time to purge the filthy Xenos. Cherino would really find herself at home in Warhammer 40k. I mean, the Purginator, the name alone, is very much worthy of the 40k universe. Painting was completed to your exact instruction, and it was delivered to the Secretariat just last week. Finally, someone properly following my orders. Come, Tomoe, we will go to the former institute with the Purginator No. 1 and teach those rule breakers real fear. The Purginator No. 1? Curious, are you? It's my special custom-made tank. Behold, the giant mustache which can be seen from any distance. The dozer blades in front shine with unquestionable authority that will crush any who oppose the Secretariat, my beloved creation. With it, I'll demolish Labour Party barricades and squash illegal hot springs resorts. I'll purge the Spec Ops students' dreams and insubordination in one fell swoop. Let the debut of the Purginator No. 1 commence. Oh, do we get to play? Fight against the Purginator, perhaps? Is it like... Oh, it's field... Do I want meta students? No, not quite. I'm just gonna have fun. I'm gonna grab whatever students I please, because it really doesn't matter at this level. Sure. And I guess we could use some healing. Okay, yeah, that looks good. I probably need to tweak mic settings in this profile of OBS, because you can probably see me drinking my my drink. And my drink is a lemonade. Apple, lemon, rhubarb, and mint. Love me some rhubarb. And mug dump them. I really love her. I kind of wish she wasn't just she's like a 1-star, I think. Really wish she was better because she's not great as a tank. She's lacking any sort of a shield. I think she has some self-healing, but that's the extent of it. Welcome to the Hot Springs Resort No. 227. Oh, I thought that's gonna be it, and we jump straight into the next segment, but apparently not. What is this monstrosity? It's a rather impressive resort. They've done great. How dare you admire illegal activity, comrade? The Spec Ops students should be living as I desired, miserable with not even a twig for a campfire, not lavishing in luxurious resorts. That was an amazing bath. Did you try the bottled milk tea from the store? It was so yummy. Let's visit again next winter. Honestly, my expectations weren't high, but I'm really surprised. With all the snowy scenery, it might even beat out Gehenna's hot springs. Not so sure about destroying it now, Cherino, are you? Are the students from other schools? You mean to tell me an illegal building the Secretariat has not sanctioned, one that I learned the existence of only today, has become a tourist attraction more popular than my White Moustache theme park? No wonder. Even my moustache feels my fury. I will purge every last student involved with this atrocity. Who's causing a ruckus in front of our establishment? Even if you're a guest, if you're disrupting our business, we have no choice but to... President Cherino, and Sensei as well, what brings you here? Hello, Nodoka, I like your kimono. I'm the one asking questions here. If you don't wish to be purged in the next 7.34 seconds, explain yourself and your illegal activities immediately. Hello and welcome to the Hot Springs Resort No. 227, oh great leader. We are here to serve your every whim and fancy, so you go home refreshed, relaxed, and ready to tackle a new day. You can charm your way out of this, and how dare you change the name of the club without my permission? Hot Springs Resort No. 227, how ridiculous! The Spec Ops No. 227 wasn't an actual club anyway, just your impulse. So we'll call ourselves what we want. We, the members of the Spec Ops, aren't who we used to be. The Hot Springs took us from disillusioned suspended students with no hopes for a future to this. Poverty became a thing of the past once we gained popularity across Kivotos. Do you remember? You left us with 2 sticks to rub together and a stale bread to stomach. But guess what? Now I eat 2 whole puddings with every meal. Did she say 2 puddings? 2 doesn't seem like that much. Well, before there was only 1 person in all of Red Winter Academy who could afford 2 puddings at every meal, but now I get 2 puddings and new telescope lenses that let me zoom in from super far away. Let's see what else has changed. Honestly, we're so filthy rich I can't spend the money fast enough. Good for her. Good for her. I won't stand for this. I sent you here for punishment. You are meant to reflect on your rebellious behaviors and instead you're living like a royalty, eating pudding whenever you please. Ready the Purginator Day 1. I'll make you watch as I purge your precious Hot Springs Resort and then I'll purge you. Are you crazy? Please, please stop. I've suffered, cried and struggled for so many years, and now you want to take away the smallest happiness I found in this little corner of life? And anyways, we're not causing any trouble here for President Cherino or the Secretariat, right? I suppose not, but... No, I won't allow it. Your luxuries threaten my authority as the Master Scribe. If other students see this, they will rise in rebellion with you at the head. You leave me no choice. Shigure, bring it out. What are you saying? Tomoe, she's threatening me. Hello, President Cherino. Please don't be alarmed. This is just the Mustache Hot Springs manju I've been preparing just for you. A bribe, you say? In this spirit of Red Winter Academy. You may think you can sway me with this mustache design, but you've sorely underestimated me if you think I'll be moved by some second-rate manju made by you outcasts. Why don't you just give it a try? You're awfully confident of some boring old snack from a gross old hot springs. It's sweet. What a perfect soothing combination. The soft and chewy bread mixes with the smooth paste in an irresistible match. Don't you think so? The profits provided by this resort allow us to invest in only the highest quality ingredients just for the president. I made sure to gain approval of all of gourmands all over Kyoto before I dared serve it to our great leader. What do you say, President Cherino? If you accept our Hot Springs Resort, our exclusive Hot Springs manju will be at your disposal, as well as free tickets whenever you please. Huh. Well, naturally, I cannot simply ignore such earnest, sincere requests. And this has nothing to do with the delicious Mustache Hot Springs manju. While I respect President Cherino's opinion, I simply cannot allow this to pass. It remains that this is an illegal resort built without the Secretariat's permission. I'm in agreement. Such a building is a threat to the Secretariat's authority and the Red Winter Academy itself. Tomoe, beautiful darling Tomoe, did you know this resort has a bath so large it allows for communal bathing? Just imagine, you, President Cherino, a communal bath, a closeness you never could have imagined with great leader Cherino. A bath? With President Cherino? I suddenly remember just yesterday I was in the open air bath and came across a giant bear enjoying the facilities. The snowy landscape, a warm bath, the bear's fluffy fur. It was really an incredible experience. A bath with a fluffy bear? Upon further consideration, I do believe the Red Winter Academy could benefit from the existence of a hot springs resort. Such bathing facilities can be considered a necessity for the health and cleanliness of the Security Council members, as well as fluffy bears, although that is not my concern. I agree wholeheartedly with your observations, wise Secretariat members. Please allow us to guide you inside. The changing room is this way. That's how you deal with bureaucracy. Here, that nonsense finally over with. I didn't mean you were an inconvenience or anything, Sensei. I'm actually really happy you came. I'm glad you seem a little happier at the Forma Institute now. Yes, thanks to the resort I'm busier than before, but I've been able to do so many things I've always wanted to. Can you believe I finally got to the new lenses from my telescope? And did you see Cherino's face when I said I eat 2 puddings with every meal? And using bath maintenance as an excuse to watch students from other schools. Of course, Nodoka. You fucking peeping Tom. Pretend you didn't hear that part. Poof, erase it. I'm suddenly apprehensive about this. No reason to be, Sensei. Hot Springs Resort, no 2 to 7, we always put the comfort of our guests first. Please, take this robe. Let me give you a private tour from the manager herself. I'll even take you to the private bath just for Sensei. Pant. She packed it with cameras, didn't she? With Nodoka's piercing gaze behind me, I headed to the open-air bath. Tomoe, Elef. I might be able to rate up her. Okay, something new. Yeah, that is certainly a map of the resort. Nodoka's VIP exclusive open air bath. A suspicious gaze. Of Nodoka, of course. Who else? While I was enjoying a nice hot spring bath. What a nice hot springs! Nodoka? Is that you? Oh, darn, looks like you caught me. I suppose I have no choice but to show myself. Who are you? I've heard a lot about you, but it's my first time meeting you in person, Sensei. I am Himeki Meru of the Knowledge Liberation Front. You can call me by my pen name Meruri Star. The gathering that collects strange books? What do you mean, strange books? How rude! They are being treated like weird genres for now, but the day will come when BL or GL works will be recognized as major art. I sure hope so. I sure hope so. Go live your dream, girl. Ahem. Anyway, are you the sensei that the students of Kivotos trust and follow? Hehe, you look just how I imagined you. If I don't leave a record of your body and shape, then I don't like this smile. Oh, don't mind me and continue bathing. I'm just drawing Sensei's figure. Saying that bothers me more. I'm just drawing you. I'm not even taking a photo. Why is that bothersome? Drawing is a creative art that simply expresses the artist's perspective. There's no need to be shy. Why are you here, Meru? I'm here to get inspiration for my fanbook, naturally. I'm sure I don't need to tell you this, but Comic Center is coming up. Or as fanbook writers call it, Comicen. Totally not Comic-Con. Comiket. This event, where fanbooks from all over Kivotos are distributed at once, is a very important event for the Knowledge Liberation Front. We read new works, evaluate them, and put them on display at the library without President Chedino noticing. Momiji says reading works from other academies is enough, but it shouldn't be enough. Instead of just passively consuming like the bourgeoisie class, we as students have to be innovation itself at the Red Winter Academy and produce new works ourselves. And then I just happened to hear about a new fabulous hot springs resort in the vicinity. Hot Springs is a classic winter setting always present in anime. I came here right away thinking that it would be full of good material for Komi-sen. Sensei, have you witnessed anything here that could be in my fanbook? For example, a scene where the Gehenna Senior Administrator and the Trinity's Justice Task Force Vice President are making out in the bath, clinging to each other like slugs? They would never do such a thing. But I appreciate your sense for fanfiction and crack shipping. Never say never, Sensei. Besides, the world of creativity is profound, so even something small can be used as inspiration for any kind of situation. Indeed. Two enemies meet in an unexpected place. They look at each other with contempt. Ah, but they are actually secret lovers. Pant, pant. Yeah, this girl is very much bad news. What in the world are you doing? Oops, it's Nodoka. How dare the manager burst in on guests in the bath? Does this hot springs resort not have any hospitality training? You're the one who needs training. Why do you keep sneaking into other people's baths and watching other students? You're one to say that, Nodoka. You're one to say. She just admitted herself, not long before, to doing the exact same thing. There have already been complaints from people at both our large public bath and our open air bath about how they feel a suspicious gaze while bathing. What? But I haven't gone to the open air baths yet. Aren't you the one who was panting and watching other students bathe, Nodoka? Was it me? But not only were you watching other people bathe, you even sketched them, Meru. I was simply fulfilling my duties as the manager. If you say it like that, I was fulfilling my duties as an artist. Actually, abusing your power to Pip is much worse, Nodoka. Anyway, if the guests who come to enjoy the baths leave because of Meru's art, we're the ones who'll suffer huge losses. I'm sorry, but you have to leave our hot springs resort. Huh, my life is at stake here as well. It's an opportunity to get great material for my fan book, so I won't back down. If you continue being so uncooperative, I'll have to force you out. I just want both of you to leave. Okay, I guess this time around we're not getting quite as much story. Yeah, I don't really need to shield up, do I? They're not really dealing enough damage to do anything. I don't like you. I love Azusa's attack. Deadliest flashbang in the West. And a shotgun to the face. Episode 4. Oh, I guess it's like 14 episodes, except like 2 per mission? Interesting. Ah, you got me. This is a very rare opportunity. I will not forgive such behavior at our hot spring resort. I will confiscate your sketches that are full of your delusions, Meru. No, give it back! Let's see here. Chief Secretary T's secret mustache collection. The secret lab of Vice President H and Senior Administrator A. The secret hobby of Millennium Treasurer Y. What's all this, Meru? This is how we've been drawing the students? There are even drawings of students from other schools. If a book depicting your delusions is leaked, it'll cause a devastating war between the schools. A dangerous book like this shouldn't exist in the world. I'm getting rid of it. Don't do that. I went through so much trouble with researching everything. Can't you just pretend you didn't see it? Just this once? I'll trade you this. This is a drawing of Engia-sensei? The stunning image of Sensei I could see through the lens of a telescope is in my very hands. Pant. Ah, what am I imagining right now? Looks like you like that drawing. I can draw more if you like. In whatever pose you want, in however much detail, Nodoka. Just think about it. Bunch of drawings with different sides of stunning Sensei. Since we fought together as comrades for freedom with the Knowledge Liberation Front and due to your obvious sincerity, I'll let you go this once. But make sure no one ever finds out this art was produced at the Red Winter Academy. Otherwise, it'll be a battlefield. Don't worry. When publishing, I will use my pen name and participate with my identity thoroughly hidden. With this, I won't have any problems with this winter's commission. It's a happy ending for everyone. Do I get an opinion on this? Sensei, are you still not satisfied with the service on our Hot Springs Resort on 0227? I have no other choice. Since you finished enjoying your bath, I will now give you a tour of our garden. Please just let me relax here. I just want to chill in the bath. Afterwards, I was basically pushed out of the bath by Nodoka. I just wanna chill in the hot springs. Why won't they just leave me alone?
準備はできています。
Number 3. Labor for the Labor Party. That's a nice looking resort, not gonna lie. Our Hot Springs Resort No 2-7 not only has excellent hot springs facilities, but also a wonderful garden for guests to stroll through. Of course, it's pretty hard to maintain a green garden since it snows all year round at Redwinter Academy, so instead, our Hot Springs Resort has a dry garden made from the rocks and sand of the ruins of the former institute. A dry garden? Like a Zen garden kinda deal? Yes, a dry garden is a traditional garden made with only rocks, sand, and moss. Like the Zen Buddhism teaching, I was correct. That all gardening styles eventually return to soil, it stands on it out for its restraint, created by faithfully following minimalism without relying on splendor. When I look at this garden, I feel calm enough to believe the troubles of the world don't matter at all. Denounce! Denounce! Calm mind. Be gone! Be gone! Ah, who is it now? I was enjoying one-on-one time with Sensei. I can't believe they're causing such a ruckus in a resort meant for relaxation. Even if it's a guest, I'll give them a piece of my mind. Is it another revolution at the Redwinter Academy? Who might you... Oh, the Labor Party. Minori of the Labor Party. Begone, Hot Springs Resort No 2-7 that oppresses the rights of workers! Begone! Begone! Hot Springs Resort No 2-7 needs to compensate for the Labor Party's losses! Compensate! Compensate! I'm telling you, it's all a misunderstanding. What's with all this ruckus? Why is the Labor Party here? There's been some kind of a misunderstanding. Huh, you finally showed up. Nodoka, you vicious bourgeoisie manager! A vicious bourgeoisie manager? That's verbal abuse! I haven't even been able to enjoy a life of luxury because I've been so busy running this business. What brings the Labor Party to our Hot Springs Resort? Look at his face! Comrades, look at the smile of that vicious capitalism-soaked bourgeoisie! I can't believe I didn't realize it before when we suffered through the life together in the cold and harsh lands. But now, after gaining wealth, you finally show your true nature, your turncoat. Wait, when did we ever suffer together? When did we ever suffer through life together? And don't give me weird nicknames. Take a deep breath and explain why you're protesting, Minori. You're being a public nuisance. Huh, you still haven't realized the problem with this Hot Springs Resort? So please, enlighten me. Our complaint is... this Hot Springs Resort itself! What? What kind of nonsense is that? Did we do something to the Labor Party? We haven't even talked to you. Don't feign ignorance, we've been watching the entire time. We watched as the evil Hot Springs Department of Gehenna built a Hot Springs Resort here. Is that a problem? Is that a problem? I can't believe you even asked that. The Hot Springs Department is not affiliated with the Redwinter Academy in any way. They are an outside labor source. Of course. Her issue is that the building of the Hot Spring Resort was outsourced. I fucking love Redwinter. I love how absolutely and utterly ridiculous and yet realistic it is. One of the most realistic portrayals of communism in modern media, let me tell you. An outside labor source? Whenever there were large-scale public works happening at the Redwinter Academy, we, the Labor Party, were the ones who completed them, no matter how difficult or unpleasant the work was. It was a rough and arduous working environment, but we were able to endure because we had pride in that all the buildings of the Redwinter Academy were built with our own hands. But the fact that the new Hot Springs Resort, the best tourist attraction of Redwinter, was built by an outside labor source and not by the Labor Party, it seriously hurt the pride of the Labor Party members. We've been hurt, our pride is hurt. The Labour Party is strictly protesting against the tyranny of the Hot Springs Resort No. 227. Protesting! Protesting! Well, wait a minute. So this Hot Springs Resort wasn't built because we wanted it to be built? The Hot Springs department member gave us no choice. Wait, don't just stand there, Sensei, say something. That's right, Nodoka is also a victim of the Hot Springs department. The Spec Ops students are also victims of the Hot Springs department? I hadn't thought of that. That's right, if you look at it, we are also victims who lost the former institute because of the development project of the Hot Springs department. True, it would be difficult if an unwanted illegal structure was erected in one's residential area. Well then, Comrade Nodoka, as a fellow victim, let us join hands against this evil. What? There's no way you would kick away this rare get-rich-quick opportunity with our own feet. I knew it! You can hide your evil nature, you little bourgeoisie. I've been too kind. Do I look like a pushover to you? I will not stand any more of your verbal abuse. We are forcing you out, Labour Party. I knew it would come down to this. We, for one, are not afraid of the suspended students of Spec Ops. Comrades, for the pride and labor rights of the Labour Party and, for other important things here and there, let's fight. Time for the Purginator. I wish I had enough luck to pull for Azusa, not Azusa, for Hot Springs Cherino, but alas. Alas, I don't have the Purginator at my disposal. I'm hoarding Pyroxins for the limited students because we're gonna get the whatchamacallit, the New Year students first. New Year's Aru and New Year's the Mesugaki, I forgot her name. And then we're gonna get Wakano. And back-to-back limited banners, that's gonna be brutal. I need all the Pyros I can get. Mores for the Labour Party. How persistent? You guys are the persistent ones. How about admitting defeat and demolishing the Hot Springs Resort? Absolutely not! This Hot Springs Resort is our only hope! If I have to go back to those terrible days at the former institute, I would rather die along with this Hot Springs Resort. I applaud your spirit, but since the Labour Party's honor is at stake, we can't back down either. Yeah, it's so bitterly cold today. Haha, you underestimated the cold at the former institute. If it's cold, why don't you give up and go back? You're the one who looks freezing, wearing only one thin kimono on a snowy mountain in the middle of winter. You won't last another hour like that. Nodoka, I brought you some warm mores. Thank you very much, Shigure. Wait, you can't supply during combat, that's unfair! This fight is a battle between the Labour Party and the Spec Ops. For our honor, don't rely on supplies and fight fairly! Here, have a drink, Labour Party members. Huh? Are you giving it to us as well? Of course, we have more than enough mores from the batch we made last spring. Drink it while it's warm so we don't catch a cold. Okay, what the fuck is a mors? Mors drink. Non-carbonated Russian fruit drink prepared from lingonberry and cranberry, boiled with sugar or honey and lemon juice. Some modern brands use fermented juices. Okay. Sometimes mixed with vodka, of course. So essentially, at its like very basic form, it's just berry compote. That's s'mores. Okay. Well, thank you for your hospitality, but The will of our workers isn't so weak as to be shaken by a simple drink. Watch it be shaken by a simple drink. It's delicious. What's with the s'mores? It's so smooth and sweet. Along with the slight bitter aftertaste, warmth spreads throughout the body. It's perfect for the cold. I'm glad you guys like it. I thought this batch fermented very well too. Okay, so it is the fermented variety, so probably also alcoholic. Would you like some more? We'll take it. It's really good. We'd love more of this. Are you okay, Minori? Of course. Oh, this warm Morse, I can withstand even the harshest of cold. Heat is rising from the inside of my body. I actually feel hot. Or I think I'm getting cold because I was sweating. What's happening? I knew you wouldn't be okay. I feel colder now thinking about being cold. My head is dizzy as well. I can't stand this any longer. Oh dear, that's no good. You should go into the hot springs and warm yourself up before your sweat cools down. Hot springs? Are you recommending our labor party to bathe in the hot springs built by the Gehenna idiots? It's not like that, President Minori. We were indeed forced to take over the resort, but we're very worried about the stability of a facility built by Gehenna students. That's why we would like the members of the Labor Party, the renowned best architects of Kivotos, to go into the baths and personally check the facility's conditions. The best architects of Kivotos? Hehe, that's right. There are no other architecture groups as skilled as us in Kivotos. Plus, drinking Morse while soaking your body in a warm bath is a special kind of experience. Hiccup. Are there drinks other than Morse by chance? We have a large variety of homemade fruit drinks for our guests at Hot Springs Resort No. 227. If the Labor Party visits our Hot Springs Resort as guests, we'll treat you to whatever drink you like, whether it's compote or Morse. It can't be helped, I guess. We will have to take a bath only so we can check out how poorly the Gehenna idiots built the Hot Springs Resort. I'm definitely not doing this because I want to drink more Morse. Yeah, good idea. If you are all going to bathe together, I recommend the Northern Open Air Large Public Bath. Come, comrades! For the structural safety of the Hot Springs Resort and more Morse. I mean, for a revolutionary break. Charge the Hot Springs! For a revolutionary break! Just blindly following. Wow, those stubborn Labor Party members were powerless before Shigura's persuasion. It wasn't that difficult. A request asked with a delicious drink and words of sincerity always works. Even though we're in the same Spec Ops, I'm scared of you sometimes, Shigure. Hey, Shigure? What is it, Sensei? There's nothing wrong with the drink, right? Of course not. It's a traditional Morse made only with lingonberry, sugar and yeast. So it's a lingonberry wine, essentially. It's just that it fermented a bit due to poor storage conditions. If you're suspicious, why don't you take a sip, Sensei? Yeah, it's just lingonberry wine. Afterwards, I refused the Morse that Shigure kept on offering and ran into the Hot Springs Resort. Okay, what's the tasks? Just completing stories? Oh, completing story 1. Okay, there's just achievements for story 1 and story 7. Oddly enough. And I guess for clearing... Oh, quest stages on a timer. Okay. Pine Tree Recreation Center. The perfect prefect team vacation. The prefect team is here. Everybody's here, I guess. I was in front of the vending machine in the lounge to quench my thirst after a bath. Several students were enjoying the massage chairs. I feel healed. The hot springs in Gehenna are great, but these hot springs aren't half bad either. Looks like you're having fun. Sensei? What are you doing here? One moment, please. I need to turn this off. Huh? I pressed the button for the full body massage function. The cancel button should be around here somewhere. Ah! I guess that wasn't the cancel button. It's okay to keep relaxing. But it's rude to speak with Sensei while lying down like this. And I have to get up and work anyways. I'm sure that wasn't very convincing while I'm lying in this chair. Are you here to do Gehenna Prefect teamwork? Yes, but it's a secret to the other students. Sensei, do you know the Hot Springs department of the Gehenna Academy? Yeah, it's the club that develops hot springs, right? Yes, the Hot Springs department is a club that develops hot springs, and it's notorious even among the problematic clubs of Gehenna because they frequently cause major accidents using their heavy equipment. During the summer boot camp last year, there was a big commotion because they were insisting on mining a hot springs by the ocean. Their only redeeming factor was that they were only causing trouble within the Gehenna district at first, but for some reason that they developed a hot springs within the Red Winter Academy district. In principle, any club activities within the district of another academy is a serious violation of the school rules, since this could potentially instigate a fight between the Gehenna Academy and the Red Winter Federal Academy. I came here as a member of the prefect team to see if there is anything I can do. You seem to be having a lot of fun, though. Oh, so the massage chair is... After following traces of the hot springs department all day, I was really tired, and then I finished bathing and the massage chair seems to be inviting me to sit, setting up such a cunning trap to evade the prefect team's pursuit. The hot springs department cannot be underestimated. Somehow I don't think the hot springs department had anything to do with it. Everyone seems to like it, so wouldn't it be okay to leave it alone? No. Just because it seems peaceful now, you shouldn't be reassured. The Hot Springs Department is an irrational organization that will commit any kind of eccentric behavior if it's for the development of hot springs. If anyone interfered with their hot springs development, they wouldn't hesitate to run the Red Winter and Gehenna academies against each other to get what they want. Even if they like hot springs that much, would they really do that? We just haven't seen the true nature of the Hot Springs Department yet, Sensei. When I think about all the things the Hot Springs Department has done to develop hot springs, it wouldn't surprise me if the entire Hot Springs Resort blew up right now. Are you serious? Yes, the Hot Springs Department's determination is always beyond imagination. However, I don't see them around here, and it doesn't seem too wise to aimlessly wander around the grounds of the Red Winter Academy without any strategy to protect against the cold, so for the time being I'll have to wait patiently for them to return at the Hot Springs Resort. Huh? Whomst. While talking with Chinatsu, other students sat down on the rest of the massage chairs. Oh no, all the massage chairs are occupied. I want to do some more massage to relieve my fatigue. Want me to give you a massage instead? It's okay. I didn't come here to get a massage. Then I'll go to patrol the area. Kinda wish she spooks me eventually when I'm pulling for like New Year students and later Wakano. I'm glad from what I heard though that Wakano is the last limited student, at least for a good while. After Wakano's banner, there aren't any more limited banners. That's interesting. Without giving me the time to stop her, Chinatsu ran out of the Hot Springs Resort. Why do they have to keep repeating Hot Springs Resort, Hot Springs Resort? My mouth isn't shaped properly to speak this combination of words.
迅速に制圧します。ターゲットを確認。ポジションを移動する。行くわよ。貢献力を投入します。まだ終わらないわよ。実験記録001。
And blast them.
ターゲット確認。ここはある程度片付いた。許さない。まだ終わらないわよ。バイタル正常。
Okay, that's a perfect formation. There we go.
計算が合っていればすぐに次の目標が見えてくるはず。これでもう大丈夫なんです。貢献力を投入します。
Okay, the flashbang wasn't even needed. I mean, of course, those missions are like level 14 or something, so...
私大丈夫でした？
Recruit missing students by collecting their ELF. Well, problem is not everybody's ELF can be collected. West Feather Moss Garden. Okay, we're gonna go against Megu and against the Hot Springs department. Interesting. The Hot Springs department's conspiracy. So there is a conspiracy involved. Color me surprised. I followed Chinatsu to a trail outside the Hot Springs resort. However, there were no signs of any students, let alone Chinatsu. I wonder where everyone went. What are you looking for so diligently, comrade? Oh, Cherino. In full Hot Springs mode. I love her bow, her hair tie. You'll catch a cold walking around in practically nothing. Those who underestimate the winter at the Red Winter Academy always pay the price. Look who's talking. You look colder than me. What? Are you worried that I'll be cold? Hehehe. Don't waste your time worrying about useless things, comrade. I am the Student Council President of the Red Winter Academy, the great leader, the beautifier of lands. Anyway, I'm someone magnificent in charge of all kinds of great positions. I can stand this cold even in short sleeves. Achoo! You'll catch a cold like that, Cherino. I wish you would at least wear a jacket. Would you like me to bring you some warm coffee milk? These are pointless meddling, Tomoe. Didn't I already say that I don't feel cold at all? However, I will have a warm cup of coffee milk with lots of sugar. Yes, I will bring it right away. You seem to be enjoying the hot springs more than I thought you would. I hate to admit it, but there's definitely a lot to enjoy in this hot springs resort. I can play all day and still not get tired of it. In addition to the different types of baths, the lounge is fully equipped with entertainment, such as table tennis and game machines, and when you get tired, you can just go back to the baths. I looked down on this facility because it was something the Spec Ops cheapskates built, but it's actually pretty good. Most of the facility was built by the Hot Springs department, though. Yeah, come to think of it, I also heard about that. So the Gehenna students built this Hot Springs resort, right? Normally, the idiots of Gehenna who carried out construction in the Red Winter District without remission would be severely purged, but they built a wonderful Hot Springs resort in such a short time. I'm somewhat envious. At least they would be more useful than the workers of the Labor Party. They strike more often than they work. How can I get the Hot Springs department to join our academy? That's right. If I award them an honorary medal, wouldn't they be moved and pledge their allegiance to me? The first class Mustache Labor medal should be good enough. If the Hot Springs department transfers to the Red Winter Academy, I'll make them build a large class private Hot Springs resort just for me, next to the existing Hot Springs resort. If I were to give a name to the newly built Hot Springs resort, the Mustache Hot Springs Resort. Of course, the mustache has to be involved. Since it's my own private Hot Springs resort, I can't forget to fill it with decorations that reflect my authority. A statue of a mustache spouting hot spring water, a stone lantern in the shape of a mustache, and also... Boom. Ah! What was that noise? Is it another earthquake? Oh, hello. Haha, sorry, I'm sorry. I didn't knew there were people on this trail. We were doing some blasting work. I haven't heard about any kind of construction. How dare you? Which club do you belong to? I will purge all the members. Huh? Huh? That's the Gehenna Academy's emblem? Yep, we're the Gehenna Academy's Hot Springs department. We are here to develop hot springs. But who's this kid with a mustache? Kid? I'm the great student council president of the Red Winter Federal Academy. More importantly, did you say the hot springs department? Then are you the ones who built this hot springs resort? Yep. Hot springs department at your service. We were a bit enthusiastic and ended up building a much bigger resort than originally planned. What do you think? It's pretty great, even in your opinion, right? Huh. I hate to admit it, but it is a great hot spring resort. The students of Red Winter Academy seem to be satisfied, and I enjoyed it as well. I don't usually award medals to students from other schools, but I will make an exception this time. Tomoe? Yes, President? In recognition of their achievement of building a new tourist attraction at the Red Winter Academy, award the First Class Mustache Labor Medal and the Special Student Friendship Medal to Gehenna's Hot Springs Department. The what mustache what medal? Is it something good? Hey, you're not happy after receiving the Mustache Labor Medal? Why? It's a medal that the Labor Party only receives like 7 times a year. Only 7 times a year. Sure, that must be very valuable. President, the Gehenna Academy does not have the same reward system as the Red Winter Federal Academy. They don't know the value of medals? This is why the students of Gehenna... By the way, what kind of construction are you guys doing? Didn't you already finish? The hot springs water veins may have changed course because the water pressure has started to decrease since yesterday. If things continue, the baths at the hot springs resort may dry out. That's no good. We can't let the baths in the hot springs resort dry up. But don't worry, our president Kasumi always comes up with the best solution for any situation. According to the information we just received from the president, a huge magma province is hidden underneath the Red Winter Academy. Blowing up this province will not only bring back the water veins of the hot springs resort, but also allow us to build a bunch of new hot springs throughout the Red Winter Academy. Huh? That's a good idea. By blowing up the magma province, water veins are restored and a new hot springs is built. Wait, back up. You're going to do what? We're gonna blow it up. Blow what up? The magma province underneath the Red Winter Academy. Then what happens to the school above it? The district or my secretariat? Kaboom? Naturally. But don't worry. Instead, we'll build a brand new hot spring resort. It'll be way bigger and better than this hot spring resort. Of course, unwelcome school. They are literally an unwelcome school right here. There's no way. That'd be okay. Why wouldn't it be? It's a chance to get a great resort for free. No matter what kind of wonderful resort is built, it's meaningless without my secretariat. Ah, but if we don't do this, the baths in the hot springs resort will dry up. I don't care. I was getting annoyed by the former institute guys showing off anyway. Stop the hot springs development. Stop! This hot springs resort will be demolished as planned. Marina, bring me the Purginator No 1 immediately. Yes, President. I will purge it without leaving a single brick behind. Why is everyone trying to interfere with our hot springs development? We have no other choice. If the president of the Red Winter Academy won't cooperate peacefully, we'll just have to force them to. And that's why we're fighting them, and it's a good thing Chinatsu is here. And she doesn't have enough range. There we go. Fuck you in particular. Blocked? How dare you? Okay, blast them up, Haruka.
死んでください死んでください移動しますまだ終わらないわよ
1, a 2, and not even any need for Azusa. Yep. Just blown up with a flashbang. The penultimate mission, Lemming Trail. Tear it down. The Excavator, her dream of building a large-scale hot spring resort. How dare the Rans of Gehenna try something so atrocious in Winter's district. I'll purge them until there's nothing left. Oh, Marina, excellent! As expected from my right-hand woman, in recognition of your outstanding achievement in dealing with those insubordinate Rans threatening the safety of Redwinter Academy, I award you the Special First-Class Valorous Order of Military Merit. Thank you, President. I, Marina, will do my best to be more loyal to you. Good, good. Now, all that remains is demolishing the Hot Spring Resort. It's a pity to demolish such a facility. It'd be much better to dismantle the materials and use it for a statue of myself. Okay, Purginator No. 1, tear it down. What are you tearing down? Oh, the former manager, you finally arrived. The Hot Springs Department and the Secretariat State Guards? What the heck is going on? It turns out those insubordinate Rans from Gehenna were planning to blow up the entire Redwinter district because the Hot Springs might run out of water. The Hot Springs Resort will run out of water? That's right. They were going to blow up the Secretariat building for such a trivial reason. Ridiculous. But don't worry, their evil plans have already been wiped out by the Secretariat's valiant Security Council. But what happens to the Hot Springs Resort? Well, normally I'd just go... Well, normally it would just go out of business when the water dies out. But before that happens, we'll tear down every last scrap of it. The high-quality building stones and wood used in the Hot Springs Resort will be reused to create symbols of my authority for all to marvel at. You should be proud, hahaha! This is unacceptable! It's unacceptable! Why are you screaming all of a sudden? I almost fell down! Under what authority are you shutting down the Hot Springs Resort, President? What authority? I'm the President! Presidential authority this, authority that. Well, President, where were you when we were freezing to death without a scrap of firewood in the former institute? Even if it's built with impure intentions, this Hot Springs Resort is precious to us. This Hot Springs Resort is the only happiness we've experienced. It's our only hope. And you're trying to take it from us. You stupid kid, fake mustache. I hope you stop growing and stay 4'2" in your entire life. How dare you say such offensive things to me, the most powerful person at the Redwinter Academy? Are you out of your mind? I'm not out of my mind. What do I have to be afraid of when you're taking everything from me, huh? The President. I'll never forgive you. Hiccup. Did Nodoka have something to drink? The morse I gave her earlier may have been more fermented than I thought. Even so, she only drank 1 glass. I will not stand for this! I was only going to demolish the Hot Springs Resort without purging anyone, because I enjoy the manju here. But now you'll suffer the worst punishment of all for insulting me. The pudding mixed with water previously given once a month to the Spec Ops students will be discontinued. Do you think we're scared of that? If you continue to be unreasonable, I have other ways to deal with you. Minori? Yeah, you called us? I have a commission for you. We'll hire you with the profits earned from the Hot Springs business. 1 million yen. I'll pay in advance. But wait, Nodoka, that's all our money. What does it matter? If we lose the resort, it'll all be useless anyway. Alright, we accept. What do you want the Labour Party to do? Kick that damn dictator kid and her minions out of the Hot Springs Resort. If that's all, we can go all day. Comrades, we have been assigned a new work. Starting now, we'll take out the cheeky President Cherino together with the students from Spec Ops. It's a revolution, a revolution. The Spec Ops and Labour Party joined forces? Increase your numbers all you want. Marina, tear down the Hot Springs Resort and those reactionary forces who doubt my authority. Let the Purge Parade begin. The Purge Parade. I love this term. I don't know where I'm gonna use it, but I'm gonna use it somewhere. The Purge Parade. I love it. Okay, begin. Okay, easy. I thought I'm gonna have to think about the placement and the movement, but thankfully not. Okay, Haruka, blast them down. No AoE. There we go, some AoE. That should do the trick. Okay, everybody's dead. Haruka, you're up. Okay, how about you? AoE, and that should be about it. Acquire S rank 3 times. Okay, so we don't need to fight this dude. Yeah, he's just gonna fall. Exactly. Easy. I don't even need to use any skills. Okay. And boss time. Nothing could be easier. Haruka can just solo him. Or her, I guess. We haven't really seen any male students in Kivotos for all we know, Sensei is the only male.
任務の遂行完了。
Unchanging friendship. Ah, darn it, if it wasn't for that tank. Did you experience the might of the Purginator No. 1? The Purginator No. 1 is not only equipped with a dozer blade that can cut through any obstacles, but it also has all kinds of anti-personnel equipment to defeat students who challenge my authority. The Labour Party's attacks can't touch me now. Next time we'll take down that tank first. With this, all the saboteurs are gone. Now it's finally time to demolish the Hot Springs Resort. The last hope we had for the Hot Springs. Why are you crying all of a sudden? The matter of shutting down the Hot Springs Resort has already been decided. Even if you cry, we won't back down. This is a decision for the public interest of Redwinter Academy. Is that right, everyone? Not really, no. Well, why is everyone avoiding me? It makes me look like the bad guy. Comrade, do you also think I'm in the wrong? Yeah, you went a little overboard. I trusted you, comrade. How could you? No, I refuse. The Hot Springs Resort will be shut down. If we leave any route to restore the Hot Springs Department could come back at some point and endanger the Redwinter Academy. Of course, I could leave the Hot Springs Resort building alone, but it's no use. It's all over. We're done for without the Hot Springs. The money we earned will quickly disappear. The building will be left unattended, and the rain and wind will seep in. We'll eventually return to living like we used to at the former institute. I didn't want to let go of what we had. I don't want to go back to those hard times. In the end, there's nothing left for us. It's not like that, Nodoka. We do still have some things. What's left for us, Shigure? There's nothing. Nothing. We still have our friends from the former Institute Spec Ops. Our friends? To be honest, I never thought life was all that bad back in the former Institute. Of course, there wasn't enough to eat, there wasn't any kind of heating system, and sometimes there were bears. But the fact that I could be with my grand friends, including Nodoka, made me happy. I don't care whether this place is a splendid hot springs resort or a desolate ruin, as long as we're together. We even get to have a nice new building that used to be a hot springs resort, right? It won't be as bad as it was before. We'll be fine this time too, Nodoka. Promise. Ah, Shigure. Well, wait, I didn't say I'd cancel the demolition of the hot springs resort yet. Cherino, read the room. Huh? Oh, yeah. Fine. Everyone seems to want it, so I'll be lenient this time. I hereby cancel the demolition. I will entrust the hot springs resort to the Spec Ops students to do with as they please. A wise decision indeed, as expected from our president. You have treated your enemies with generosity. I, Marina, am touched. Is Hot Springs Resort won't be a resort anymore? Megu, you're still here? We told you to use the Hot Springs Resort however you like, but we still mean for you to use it as a Hot Springs Resort. Well, it's going to dry out eventually. If we can't save the hot springs, wouldn't it be more beneficial to renovate it for a different purpose? We were trying to blow up the underground magma province to save them, but since our plan has been thwarted, we have no choice but to carry out President Kasumi's Plan B. Plan B? Plan B. If a hot springs is no longer a hot springs, there's no reason to leave it be. So now they want to... What's wrong with my tongue today? So now they want to demolish it. We knew this was going to happen, so we buried explosives in advance when building the foundation. Explosives? So you're saying we're standing on top of explosives? Yep. Our President Kasumi always comes up with the best solution for any situation. We were told to blow everything up if the Redwinter office tried to interfere. There are no useless hot springs in the world. There are only useless buildings. Well then, time to detonate. Wait! Fire! And there go the hot springs. Boom. Of course.
市民の皆さん、キボタスは今日も安全
Couldn't have been that easy. Oh, must have 6,000 event points. Okay. That's the first time I'm seeing this kind of a limitation. But sure, I can get 6,000. Yeah, just sweep this stage and that should be about enough. Yep. That is precisely enough. No, not quest, story. Here we go. Resort outskirts. Of course. I think I can buy some for, yeah, tactical challenge points. That should be enough. There we go. This mission seems a little bit tougher, so I'm gonna bring out my A-team. With Hina, because why not? There we go. That should do the trick. Oh, straight into combat. Okay. And she's in a swimsuit in Red Winter Academy. Oh, there's capybaras on the map. Never noticed it before. And here's the last boss. Neru, you know what to do. And clean up with Hina. Wasn't even necessary. Epilogue. A Day in Life of the Red Winter Academy. Former Hot Springs Resort No 227. Yeah, 3 dots is correct. That was a huge explosion. Are you okay, Sensei? I managed to get away, so I'm fine. Thank goodness you aren't hurt. The Hot Springs Resort. It collapsed without a single pillar remaining. This is absolutely tragic. It's the worst! The hot springs we loved dried up, and even the hot springs resort building President Cherino graciously allowed us to keep has been destroyed. Not a single thing has changed from our previous life at the former institute. Actually, to make matters worse, everything is in ashes from the explosion, so things got even worse. Well, I guess this is just how things are. There are so many beautiful things we still haven't seen in this world, so we can't give up because of something like this. And above all, our precious sensei and friends are safe. I'm grateful for that. Me too. Thank goodness everyone's safe. I'll be rooting for you, Nodoka. Hehe, thank you, sensei. If only I weren't covered in dust from the explosion. My hair and clothes are a mess too. It's a pity that the hot springs are gone. I could go for a bath right now. Same here. There's a bunch of gunk all over my mustache. Unacceptable. Is there a place we can wash up in the former institute? There's a restroom, but the water's been cut off for a while now. The Spec Ops students used to heat water in a barrel and use that. Then are you saying that I, The most powerful person at the Red Winter Academy should return to the Secretariat looking like this. It would tarnish my reputation. Nodoka, there's one open-air bath over there that didn't get caught up in the explosion. The water's still clean, so I think it's usable. Really? That's great! Then let's hurry and get ourselves cleaned up. Wait, how dare the suspended students from the former institute try to leave me behind? Unacceptable! I'm going in the bath as well! If President Cherino is going, then so am I. I don't want any more loud commotions. I just like to relax in a warm bath. Are you trying to monopolize the right to washing as well? If the Secretariat students are going in the bath, we're going to. Well, wait a minute. The bath is too small to fit this many people at once. Why not? I'm okay with everyone being together in a crowded bath. Besides, as long as there's one bath left, the Hot Springs Resort is still open, right? I hope you'll continue to serve us while we're here, dear manager. If you put it like that, then I don't have much of a choice now, do I? Hot Springs Resort is temporarily open for business. And here's the crowded bath. And here's Cherino. And Tomoe. What a great bath. I feel like the day's fatigue is being washed away. It's a pity we won't be able to enjoy such a good bath soon. Is there a way to build a new hot springs without causing damage to the Secretariat? Cherino, you can't get rid of the dirt just by running water over your face like that. Come over here, I'll wash you myself. Oh, not a child! Don't touch my mustache! There's something special about drinking moles in a hot bath. Huh? Wasn't that sake bottle? Surely you're not shamelessly drinking in front of Secretariat's Security Council, are you? No way. This is the special morse I made last spring. It's just a bit fermented. Huh? What did you just say? Nothing at all. If you're so suspicious, would you like a drink as well? Well, I suppose just a sip. Comrades, although we retreated today because of the new weapon of the evil tyrant, this is by no means our defeat. We are taking one step backward to take 2 steps forward. Next time, let's sabotage that troublesome tank first to cut off any impeding danger and achieve a revolutionary victory. It's a sabotage, a revolution! This is why I didn't want to bathe with everyone. Too noisy. Still, it's good to see everyone in such high spirits. Why the fuck are you still here, Sensei? It's hard to imagine Red Winter students any other way. I guess I just joined them in the bath. Okay. Sensei? I know a lot happened today, but did you enjoy your visit to the resort? I had a blast. Literally. I'm glad to hear that. We may no longer have any hot springs, but I hope you'll come visit us again. Spec Ops No 227, that is. We'll be waiting for you, Sensei. And done. There was some pop-up that I missed, but probably nothing important. Oh, event collection acquired. A group photo. Okay, that's cool. So let's run through the rest of those. And let's complete the tasks. There we go. Can I reach the next area level? Probably not. Sure, let's do it twice. No, that's not enough to raise the level. Oh well. I guess I'm just not gonna 100% this event. Maybe I'm gonna go through the challenges. But I don't quite have enough energy for that, so probably not. Or wait, can I get energy from dailies? I can get some. Okay, let's try the challenge.
2275温泉郷へ
4 turns. Okay, let's say yellow team starts here, red team starts here. 1, 1. 2, 2. 3. A swap. No, that's not gonna be enough. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is it just me, or is completing it within 4 turns just outright not possible? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, completing it within 4 turns is impossible. Interesting. Okay, let's give it a shot. Yellow team,
引き受けたからにはしっかりとやり
red
ます
team.
市民の安全を最優先でいきましょう
Begin.
「犯罪者は許しません」暑いめんどくさいどうしようどうしようへいや暑いめんどくさい
Stun them all.
ごちそう
Or just outright kill them. Sure, that also works.
痛いですかではこちらを
悪くねえタイミングだ。
まだいるの進んでください
I love Bunny Neru. I really love her playstyle of being able to just drop her in as a heli drop and she just destroys everything.
これくらい大したことじゃないだからそんなにこっち見ないで
Okay. And what now? This one moves in, sure. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure how am I supposed to complete it within 4 turns. Unless maybe you just aren't meant to get all the stars in a single run. Because I guess I can complete it within 4 turns, but I'm not gonna get 6 3-star battles because I'm not gonna fight 6 battles. I'm gonna miss out on at least 1 enemy. Hmm.
クリア次のステージに移動しましょう
Can I do it in 4 turns? Shit, maybe I can? I honestly don't know. I don't think it's possible. I genuinely don't.
今回の作品も傑作だね。私は今心から燃え上がっている。ドットを打つように緻密に。弾けろ。弾けるね。お願いします。もう怒ったね。フォーメーション変更。外さない。悔しい。悔しい。
At least the fights aren't particularly hard, so that's good. Okay, where do we go now? How do we do it? Yeah, I literally have a single move left. So the only way for me is to do this. And then swap places. Okay, maybe it can be done. Maybe the tile won't disappear quite yet, but no, even then I'm gonna be missing one move or one enemy. That's a tough one. Ina. And there we go. And is that gonna be enough moves? Oh! I had no idea she's gone. I thought this team is gonna go back to the start tile where they actually started, not to the nearest start tile. If they go to the nearest start tile, then yeah, sure, it's possible within 4 turns. Okay, that makes sense now. And you can blast them. One last shot for a good night and goodbye. And the boss. Okay, and that's gonna be 4 turns. Perfect. perfect formation for an AoE attack. Oh, I'm gonna leave your ability for later. For now, to be more precise. And a stun. And a Hina. There we go. Okay, so it's possible. I just initially misunderstood the mechanic of reappearing on the start tile when you fall out of the map.
市民の皆さん、キボトスは今日も安全です。サポートはお任せください。
Okay, Nodoka's Secret Garden. Sure, let's give it a shot. Oh, this one isn't like a whole map. It's just a single run. Okay. Should be fine then. Oh, it's just the boss. Okay. Yeah, just the boss, but the boss is tough. Jesus. Yeah, everybody's been wiped. Okay, wow. Okay, wow. What level does it require? 73, I'm technically past that, so I should be able to tackle it. Can I upgrade some of my students? Field warfare, strikers. Hina, can you be upgraded? Somewhat. Increase attack. Nothing more. No, level up. That didn't really level her up. And nobody else out of the characters I'm using in that map can level up. Okay, she can get a skill upgrade, I guess. Stun when attacking, sure. She can get a chance to decrease recovery boost. Absolutely, why not? And where's the coconut? There she is. No, she cannot be upgraded. Well, that's a bummer. I think I'm gonna tackle the challenge missions on my own a little later. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do, because I honestly don't think I'm gonna be able to even pass them. And besides, I also need to record whatchamacallit, Ruby episode 4. So I'm gonna be ending this stream right here. Okay, we start with Hanako. Hanako. What's her name? Jesus, I forgot. Okay, we're gonna end with Hasumi. Okay. Outro time. Sound? Okay, sounds fine and all. Outro time. Thank you for coming. One person I see. At most one person was watching this this stream. But hey, I don't mind that, because I'm not streaming the gacha at any, like, time perfect time slot or anything, and I don't really announce those streams beforehand, so it's no wonder that there is not much interest. I simply see it as a way of recording a video about the event without the actual process of recording it and having to upload it and all that jazz. It just goes straight to YouTube, and YouTube cares about all that stuff. Well, okay, YouTube doesn't care, but YouTube takes care of all that stuff. So, that's gonna be it. Like, comment, subscribe, you know what to do. Support me on Patreon if you want. Thrown stream elements, links, all that jazz in the description. Join the Discord server. You get a link here on the screen, and there is a link also in the description if you want to be notified of streams like that, like 5 minutes before they start. But always something better than nothing, right? And what else? Right, if you support me on Patreon, you get early access to non-seasonal shows that I record, and for $5 you get to vote in the polls, and for $1 you get a role on the Discord, and you also get a place in the credits. The credits that you see right now. Jesus Christ! Okay, what's is okay? We have 2 new tiers. I did not notice it before. Zay Rainer for $5, thank you so much, and Marsh for $100. I don't know what to say. I guess I do have $100 tier. Thank you. I guess that's the most I can say. And to fulfill the whatever the $100 tier gives. So I'm gonna be playing some games, if I recall correctly, from my messages with Marsh. So yeah, you can expect that, and you can join this list if you want in whichever tier you want. So yeah, right now that's gonna be it from me for today, except not, because I'm gonna be watching RWBY as well. So yeah, you guys all the good stuff. You guys do all the good stuff, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. Cheers!